I know we got to talk about Harden, though. That's what I'm waiting
No,
to
that's
hear.
I've been waiting. I've been waiting to pivot
I
into
want
it.
to talk about Harden. What
So
y'all feel
hold on,
about
I gotta get
Harden?
my paper to read all of this.
Okay.
So the Clippers get Harden and Tucker, right? So Philly gets Nick Batum, Marcus Morris, Rob Covington, KJ Martin, and draft picks
The draft picks is what bothered me about this whole
for an
trade.
unstable player that prefers strippers over playing basketball. That's crazy to me. It seemed fitting that the Clippers would do this, though.
They
Just as
just
an
going all out.
organization, this is
Yeah.
something. But nah, they I feel like you can be as an owner, you can look at that squad and be like, this ain't a championship team because it's not. So what are you going all out for? To make the playoffs?
On paper, they look pretty formidable on paper. On paper, you got Kawhi, you got Paul George, you got Westbrook, you got Harden. On paper, that look very formidable. On paper.
Well, kind of, but on paper it should have games played on there on that sheet of
And that's
paper.
why they got to
Right.
rack up as many superstars as they can because they know one of them gonna get hurt. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's why you stockpile the superstars.
How? But so we know it's going to be somewhat of a confliction to me with all three of them on the court at the same time, personally, and I kind of mean that specifically with Paul George and Harden. Um, Harden holds on to the ball a lot, I mean, which is why to me why he averages like 10 assists because he holds on to the ball and he passes it to somebody at the last minute and
Right.
they damn near have to shoot. But um, I don't know how him and Paul George are gonna make it work. In my opinion, I don't see it working too good with both of them. I don't know. What do y'all think?
Mhm.
I think the Clippers had to make the trade. Um, they really didn't. Besides those picks or whatever, here's what I think. If I was the owner, I think it was smart. You've given Paul George or Kawhi Leonard enough time. We either got to win it now or I got to blow this whole thing up. I'll still get them picks backs from Paul George, trading him away, trading
Mm.
Kawhi away. Uh, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get my money back from him. He's not going to sign him to an extension. So now you have uh, picks that could come back from basically three superstars
How much time
that
Harden
they call.
got on his contract?
Huh?
How much time Harden got on his
This
contract?
is his last year.
This is last year.
Okay.
But you could do
Okay.
a sign and trade.
Correct.
And Westbrook,
But are they
you can
planning?
do the
Are they
same thing
planning
with
to?
him.
Are they planning to do a sign and trade?
We don't.
I don't know, but I'm saying if this doesn't work, the owner has a lot of options to build back quick.
Yeah. I, it ain't really a lot out there. But
I mean, do you sign any of them if this doesn't succeed? I'm not going into
right.
another
Yeah,
year
yeah.
with
And
that.
I guess you
Yeah.
ain't losing. I mean, you're not losing much
Exactly.
except for 5 players and a draft pick.
Right. And 5 players that were journeymen and
Yeah.
old anyway. They not about to do
Exactly.
nothing. Most of them
So
will probably
so
get waived.
so think about what you could get in return if this doesn't work.
You still got Harden to trade. You still got.
You
I
They'll
mean,
got
probably
the
keep
wire
Westbrook.
trade, huh?
I feel
They'll
like
probably keep
Philly.
Westbrook at the
Philly
end.
kind of was more the winner of anything, if anything, because they got him off the books for sure.
Yeah. For
True.
now.
Yeah.
What you mean for
Damn
now?
Harden.
Well, they're the winners for now. But
Oh,
in the long run, yeah,
The
I think in
Clippers.
the long run, if Clippers do what I'm thinking that they will do, they'll definitely be the winners because they'll be getting, you know how many draft picks they'll be stocked up with?
Yeah. Well, and you got to keep in mind too that Philly still might be the winners when it's all said and done because I think that Embiid may be on the trading blocks too. They may be on a total rebuild in Philly.
Yeah, and it could be Maxi's team.
Yep. I like
then
Max.
You still got Tobias Harris.
Yeah, and Tobias Harris can score when they need him to. He just plays whatever role. He don't complain about whatever role he got. He just does it.
He better not with that 100 and some million they gave him. He better be quiet.
So, kind of speaking on I want to pivot back to Harden. You know, when you look at his career and you look at the talent that he's played with, is he a cancer?
Not as much as an underachiever.
When you look at the talent he had Dwight Howard, Harden, of course, Parsons, Jeremy Lin. They won 54 games.
Chris Paul.
He had Melo, Harden, and Paul. He had KD, and
Westbrook.
yeah,
Twice.
and
Yeah, I think that's a little unfair to read off those.
But even in Philly though, he had Maxi Harris, Embiid. Like he's played with talent his entire career and done nothing. Second round. Has he been to the finals?
Yeah, well,
OKC.
But not as the bus driver.
Right.
But you got to think he was in the West. They had Golden State out there. They weren't beating
Golden
State.
But you've played with major talent. And he was number one in the West when he was hooping with Chris Paul. They was the number one seed out the West.
I can see.
But
that.
I think naming off those names. Now, I'm not a Harden fan at all. I don't think that he cares about winning as much as he do the checks. Right. But I don't think it's fair to name off those names because if you think about it, when they were number one seed in the West, they could have beat Golden State, but Chris Paul got hurt. He's never had a healthy team going into those playoffs. Even with KD and them. Kyrie Irving didn't want to play. KD was hurt. You know, so
he didn't.
Who didn't? Kyrie?
Nah, Harden really didn't. He didn't want to play in Brooklyn either, though.
He was hooping in Brooklyn.
Yeah, but
he was the only. What I'm saying, he was the only one that was available and that was playing.
Remember, he was playing with the hamstring. He was hooping in the plus with the hamstring. Yeah. I'll give him that. Yeah.
So again, with what you said, I'm going to ask it again. Then, why is he not a cancer? If everywhere he goes, something circumstantial happens, there's some circumstance that enables him from getting further. Why is he not a cancer?
Because that'd be like saying T-Mac a cancer for not getting out the first round.
I'm saying, why is he not a cancer either?
Because there's always injury. Yao Ming hurt.
Mike
Miller hurt. It's always his second.
No, wait. Let me just say. Hurt. Let me just say. I wish I was quick on my sound effects because I wanted to hit something. But let me just say this. I think it was not Kevin McHale. It was what's the old boy from Detroit? Bill Laimbeer.
What?
Bill Laimbeer. The year that Karl Malone got traded to the Lakers, opening season, I remember this so vividly.
I remember that
Bill
too.
Bill Laimbeer said, he said the Lakers won't win the championship. He was like, some people just aren't meant to get rings. and sure enough, and all I'm saying is Harden spread his love to a lot of talent and a lot of circumstances have happened. I mean, I don't know what you want to call it. If everywhere he goes, something happens. You said what?
I said, but he's shown up.
But something just always happened that stopped him from getting.
You said the same thing about Juwan Howard.
Yeah, and T-Mac, same thing. Yeah. Yes. But James Harden did win 2 games single-handedly last year in the playoffs. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
When he had the 42 in 2 games, they lost the series, but he had 42 and won them 2 games. If
Sometimes
anybody underachieved last year, might have been Embiid in the playoffs. Embiid might have underachieved in the playoffs.
that's because the Harden cancer spread over to him.
But when have you ever
Now look at
heard
New York.
Harden
Now
say,
look at New York after he done spread his cancerous love. Now the whole team is moving around and bouncing. Look what happened in Brooklyn when he spread his love. All that team ain't even the same team no more. That team is hollow.
Ben Simmons was
Houston, look
good?
at Houston when he was in Houston. All that
Yeah,
love
Ben
is
Simmons
gone.
does look improved. He does look improved.
Who?
Ben
Ben
Simmons.
Simmons.
Yeah, not because of
He
him.
hooping again.
Hey, right. He had to get the cancer removed, rebuild, get his strength back, and get things right. You know what I'm saying?
But
Harden.
Harden has never said anything about a championship. You've never heard him say his
That's
goal is
true.
to win a championship.
Yeah,
So
Facts.
makes it even worse.